Hey, let me ask you something. Are you currently spreading your Google Ads budget, showing the same ad to all your different targeting segments despite their differences in performance? Hey guys, Silvio Perez from AdConversion, and in today's video, I'm gonna show you how you can increase your conversion rates and reduce your cost per conversion without having to increase your budget. What I wanna teach you in this video is the concept called layering. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, layer what? Don't worry, I wanna go ahead and explain that to you right now very simply. All layering is, it's combining your different top performing targeting segments and really refining your campaign targeting. Here's another example for that. Let's say mobile devices are your top performing device. They convert 30% more often than desktop and tablet, and they generate the lowest cost per conversion. And then let's say at the same time, women are your top performing gender. And women between the ages of 25 and 64 specifically are your top performing age ranges. So with layering, what you're gonna do is you're gonna combine women, ages 25 to 64, and mobile devices, and you're gonna all put it together where your campaign is showing very highly relevant ads to that specific targeting segment, and then all that other essentially wasted spend, you're cutting out of your campaign. And that's how you're gonna be able to really dramatically reduce your cost per conversion and increase your conversion rate with the same spend. I wanna show you a live example of an account that I'm managing right now. It's actually an immigration attorney. I'm gonna hop on my computer and show you a very dramatic example of where in this account, they had a specific targeting segment that was outperforming all others on a dramatic scale. So let me go ahead and show you that right now. Here's an example of an immigration attorney that I'm currently managing their Google Ads account for them. And I really want to show you an extreme example of how important it is to not show your ads to everyone and treat all people visiting your ad or interacting with your ad the same way. And this is a really, really extreme example of that, and how I use the process of layering to really refine the targeting and improve the conversion rate and reduce the cost per conversion for this account without having to increase budget. So right now I'm here in the device column on the Google Ads interface, and you'll see here I have mobile phones, computers, and tablets. So if you go ahead and see here, mobile phones for this campaign, 107 conversions came from mobile phones for this immigration attorney. And we spent $14,000, and that came out to be $132.68 cost per conversion. And then you'll see here for computers, we spent $3,250.20, and we got 0 conversions. And then you'll see here lastly for tablets, we spent $279, and we got 1 conversion at a $279.93 cost per conversion. So what I noticed when I took over this account was this huge discrepancy in performance by device type. Mobile devices in this account accounts for 99% of all conversions generated. So that's huge. I wanted to show you guys this example of if I were to keep treating all the devices the same for this account, I would be wasting money. And you can see here between computers and tablets, I spent $3,500, give or take, to generate 1 conversion. So that's a $3,500 cost per conversion. That's terrible. So using the concept of layering, I understand, you know what? Instead of showing everyone the same ad despite whatever device they're using, I went ahead and I broke this one campaign by device type. So you can see here I have minus 100% for computers and minus 100% for tablets. That excludes those devices from this campaign. So this campaign is now only showing ads to our top performing device, which is mobile phones. And that is one way you can utilize the concept of layering. In this case, that's having one single layer. So I'm just breaking out one core targeting option that's performing the best. So in this case, it's mobile phones. So I'm breaking out the campaign 3 ways by mobile devices. But there's also a lot of other ways you can layer in different targeting segments to make layering even more powerful, so you can really refine and hone in on your targeting. Now you could layer your targeting individually, as in the example I just showed, by breaking the campaigns out by device type and really allocating the majority of my spend towards mobile. And that's one way you can go about layering. But layering is really a lot more powerful when you combine multiple targeting segments together to really refine and maximize your efficiency with your campaigns. Now moving forward, I want to show you 3 different targeting segments and options that I have found tremendous benefit from when it comes to layering, where there's usually a lot of hidden opportunity, and I almost like to call them like the the needle in the haystack, if you will, within all your targeting. These three options that I'm going to show you can jog your memory and really get you thinking in terms of where to look for these needles in the haystack of potential opportunities where you're getting really great performance that you might be overlooking and not allocating most of the spend of your budget towards and your spend towards. Something I want to kind of say as well, just as a quick side note, is Rome wasn't made in a day. So just by having one layering option, let's say just breaking your campaigns out by device type, that's already going to put you ahead of a lot of your competition who are not doing any of that. So start small. If you just want to start with one of these layering options, do that. And then as your campaigns run and they collect data, assuming you have accurate conversion tracking, then from there you can really start to see, all right, across all these different segments that Silvio mentioned in that video, where is it that I have these hidden gems or these hidden needles in the haystack, if you will, where I can extract them from my campaigns and combine them together and really refine in my targeting so I can reduce wasted spend. So without further ado, let's get into the first way you can layer your campaign targeting. The first way you can layer your Google Ads campaign targeting is demographics. So if you're not familiar, if you hop into your Google Ads account, under the demographics tab, you have the option to target people based on age, gender, and income. And each one of those options, you have the ability to extract from your campaigns and exclude the rest. So maybe if you go ahead and hop into your Google Ads account right now, if you want, pause this video and just take a quick look. Try to take a look and see, hey, are there certain age ranges that are performing better than others? Another one is, are there certain genders that are performing better than others? Maybe men convert better for your industry or your campaign versus women, or vice versa. Or perhaps certain income groups convert better for you. Income is one that I've personally found a lot of success with in terms of those targeting options that it's easy to overlook. Sometimes you'll find that people within the top 20% of income are actually converting the best and are responsible for 60% of your conversions, for example. So that's a huge opportunity there. But go ahead and look over your demographics information and see, are there any ages, genders, or incomes that I can extract or exclude to better refine my campaign targeting. The second way you can layer Google Ads campaign targeting is audiences. And if you're not familiar, in Google Ads, you have the option to add observational audiences to your Google Ads campaign targeting, or actually target specific audiences to your campaigns. If you go into the audience tab, you can see that there's a lot of different options of audiences that you can target or observe. One of them are in-market audiences. These are people that are actively looking for your products or services. And then the second one is affinity audiences. These are audiences of people that have certain likes or interests in certain topics. Another one as well is detailed demographics. So kind of going back to the demographics we talked about earlier, in the audiences tab, you can get even more specific in terms of demographic information, such as people who are married versus single, and people who are parents versus not parents. So you can get even more specific in terms of your targeting and the potential of how specific and refined your targeting is with the power of audiences. In my opinion, audiences are probably one of the biggest gems of Google Ads targeting that a lot of people are not taking advantage of. And by the way, a really great pro tip for you in order to find out which audiences in terms of in-market audiences or affinity audiences, or even just demographic information in terms of age, gender, or devices are working better for you, you can use Google Analytics. If you have your Google Analytics linked to your Google Ads account and you've set up your goals properly in Google Analytics and your conversion tracking is accurate, you can go into your Google Analytics audience information and see which are your top performing in-market audiences, your top performing affinity audiences, your top performing ages and genders. So then you already have the hard work done for you, and all you got to do is extract that information from your Google Analytics reports in your audience tab and then put that targeting into your Google Ads campaign and test it out. The third and final way you can layer your Google Ads campaign targeting that I've found the most success with, which is kind of something I mentioned earlier, and that's devices. Devices are especially powerful that I've found with smaller accounts, local businesses. Just by refining your campaigns by device type, I found a lot of success with that, because usually businesses on a local level, they don't have as much scale and volume in terms of their search campaigns. Just by breaking out their campaign by device type, I've found a lot of success with that in terms of layering their campaign targeting. Now, when it comes to layering your campaign targeting for device types, all you got to do is just go into your devices tab in Google Ads and just check and see which are your top performing devices. Are certain devices bringing in the majority of your conversions versus others? Are certain devices bringing in conversions for a lot less than others? If there's a huge discrepancy there and it warrants it, go ahead and try testing separating your campaign out by device type to really reduce that cost per conversion and increase your conversion rates. Again, all within your existing budget and not having to increase spend. That is it for this video. If you got some value from this video, go ahead and make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're interested in Google advertising content and you want to be notified of when I release new videos. Go ahead and make sure to subscribe to the channel down below and click on that bell notification. That way you're updated. And also, if you know someone that you feel can really benefit from the information that I shared in this video, feel free to share this video. I mean, that'll help tremendously for me to get my message out there, and I'll be truly grateful for that. And if in the case you want to get more connected with me, I highly recommend you click on the description box down below and you hop onto my mailing list so you can be first to be notified of any exclusive tips that I find that work for me and my clients, or just to be notified of any future content and uploads that I release. You'll be the first to know. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.